think the ABT is doing a great job with the amateur bowlers and with the handicap. It definitely helps make it an even playing field for everybody.
It's a really good tournament. I mean, the turnout's really, really good. Obviously, you can see by how many squads they keep having from there. The patterns that they put down make you really think, make you a much better bowler from there. It's not your house league shots and everything.
Your spares are everything. The minute you miss a spare, you know you're out of it, you know, because it's that important. So. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the 2015 ABT Fall Nationals here at the beautiful South Point Bowling Plaza. I'm Randy Pedersen. That's Gary Hulzenberg. Gary, thanks for joining Storm Live. We've got a few minutes. We had a little bit of a tournament delay, so it's going to be a few minutes before we get to live bowling in our final four. But you know, this is your first ABT event, and
yeah.
What are some of the things you've taken from this event? We had a lot of players, lots of games bowled. It's been a really good turnout.
That's what I thought. I thought that I was surprised at how awesome the support was for the event. And the Plaza's done a great job hosting it. Myron and his team, amazing job. The bowlers all seem to be having fun. And just it's neat when you see all different styles and skill levels come to compete at a national event where they're giving away a lot of money, by the way.
Yeah, I think the amount available, if you've met all the criteria, if you've entered all of the events, is about $30,000.
Yeah, for the top prize tonight, I think it's going to be $30,000.
Mm-hmm. And you know, it's interesting that you mentioned about the diversity in this tournament. We see players that get a lot of handicap, some players that get a little bit of handicap, and everything in between. And it really is a bouillabaisse of bowling styles.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's just fun to watch. I mean, we see people that are getting 50 pins a game, and then I see someone that looks like he could be bowling on tour with you. You know?
Yeah, right.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's been a great event this week here in Las Vegas. Obviously, special thanks goes out to South Point, Mike Moniak, and his great staff. They do a phenomenal job. But you know, they have a lot of experience handling big events.
Man, Mike is no stranger to this. He has been around the bowling industry in a positive way every step of the way, and he brings all that knowledge and expertise to this venue that's a really special venue.
And Mike Moniak is a former player on the PBA Tour. He bowled way back when I first started on tour. We don't need to mention
so
how
you've
long
known him for a while.
We don't need to mention how long ago that was. But, yeah, Mike Moniak, he bowled on tour for a bit. He had a stint and decided it wasn't for him. And
now he's serving bowlers.
Relocated here in Vegas and, you know, got in with Mr. Gahn here at South Point. And he's done some really, really wonderful things here.
Yeah, have you ever met Mr. Gahn?
No.
No. I understand that this is a really cool gentleman, like someone that I would want to meet, but I haven't had the pleasure of meeting yet.
Yeah, I've heard the same. I've heard a lot of stories from Mike Moniak, and yeah, it would be pretty cool someday if we were ever fortunate enough to meet him. So we are down to about, I believe it's the top 8.
Yep.
They'll bowl one more game, and then we're going to cut to the top 4 for live action here on Storm Live. It's the 2015 ABT Fall Nationals. Gary and Randy will be with you throughout the festivities. But we're going to take a little break right now. We'll be back with you with some pretty insightful information. So stay with us.
All the balls need an introduction. I'd introduce you to the new Storm Lock. It's asymmetrical and it is a bad bullet. But now, it's time for me to introduce the lock to the pins. Lock. Pins.
Hall of Famer Norm Duke.
Steps up, he's so focused, mentally just in his zone.
Hi, this is Norm Duke coming to you from Montreal, Canada. I just got my brand new lock. It's the new release from Storm. I've been using this thing for about 2 hours this morning. It's pretty awesome. Hey, look, all the bowling balls that you throw now, all of them that you buy, they're going to hook. All of them. But not all of them are going to hook and continue. And that's the secret when you want to get big scores. Once that ball hooks, it's got to keep driving those pins. That's what you get the big carry from. This one gets down the lane, makes a move, and just tears pins up. Go get you a lock.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and at Storm, that means it's time to paint the lanes pink. And we have got a one-of-a-kind, fantastic promotion occurring all month long. It has something to do with this little ball right here.
Gary, as you know, there's only 31 of these very special bowling balls that we're making.
Yeah, we've never done this before.
Brand new in many ways, really. Now, if I want to get my hands on one of these, what do I need to do?
Well, it's super easy. You need to go to the Storm Facebook page. That's the first thing you need to do. We're going to auction off one of these Paint the Lanes Pink bowling balls every day in the month of October. The auction starts at 2 p.m. and then it ends at noon the following day. And of course, that's center of the universe time, which is Utah time, which is Mountain Standard Time.
That's right. And you know what else is unique about this is, you know, we mentioned we've never done an auction like this before.
Right.
For a great cause. But we've never introduced a bowling ball to the marketplace where we haven't told you about the core and the cover stock, right?
Yeah, so one of the things that's pretty unique, we're not telling you what the cover is or the core is. So one thing we're going to do is we're going to roll this ball for you.
Gary, we can tell you that as far as for what we used, you're going to see a performance out of this ball that rivals some of your famous and favorite high-performance Storm equipment of the past.
Yeah.
So you're going to see a real nice, strong motion off the break point and kind of that patented Storm back-end reaction.
And you use a term, you said, one of your favorite balls from the past, but in reality, this is new technology.
That's right.
Right? A new weight block design.
Yeah, this is a new weight block shape that we've never released to the public before. It's brand new.
Right.
Yeah.
And the cover?
And the cover as well. We're not telling you about that, but it's high performance in every way.
Thanks for watching our video. Please support this campaign. It's for a really important cause. Remember in the month of October to go out and paint the lanes pink.
And remember to always bowl up a storm.
Hello, my name is Victor Marion and I'm the Director of Research and Development for Storm Products. And at Storm, we thrive on innovation. It's the foundation of ball motion. And with innovation comes great new things. And what we're looking at now is a brand new technology that's innovative in how we changed it, but it also goes back to historical success. Radial accelerating disc technology, RAD technology. When we first came out with it, we changed the paradigm of ball motion. We allowed a type of motion that hadn't been seen before because it gave us tremendous amount of back-end potential. And with innovation of the new RAD X weight block, we've taken that sort of design, that success, and we've taken it to the next level. So when you're looking for something that really knows how to corner, something that can come around the spot, the Rad X is going to be the weight block of choice.
And if you follow our sport, you likely recognize this young man, Wesley Lowe.
Just do it! Yes, you can!
Wesley is a 3-time Junior Team USA member, and he recently earned several gold medals at the PABCON Youth Championships in Panama this summer.
If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Just do it!
The Menace adding to the HB4 line is really a piece that we've been missing for a while. The Menace is actually a asymmetrical solid reactive cover. Working with the RD team here, that putting just a solid reactive cover, which makes it more responsive off friction, would be a definite bonus for us and create a reaction that we haven't seen, which allows you to be very versatile and allow a lot of different angles on a lane and really fit all styles of games.
We have a tremendous amount of talent assembled in one location, and we all work cohesively as a team to create and make the world's best bowling products.
Our job is to give you, the bowler, the best opportunity to knock down the most pins on every shot, every time that you step onto the lanes.
You know, we're bowlers, we're the Bowlers Company, and a lot of us work together in many different capacities in order to bring you the finest equipment on the market today.
We put a lot of time and effort into development. We put a lot of time and effort into talking to pro shops, consumers, and professionals, amateurs alike, trying to figure out, hey, where do we need to fit something into the marketplace?
October 6th, we're releasing our greatest achievement to date, the Lock. It features a brand new cover stock.
And we developed the GI-15 cover stock for the new Lock. Game Improvement 2015. So it's designed for players who are looking to get a little bit more out of their bowling ball.
And we've wrapped that around a super strong motor, a weight block. We call that the Rad X.
What we're looking at now is a brand new technology that's innovative in how we changed it, but it also goes back to historical success. And with innovation of the new Rad X weight block, we've taken that sort of design, that success, and we've taken it to the next level. So when you're looking for something that really knows how to corner, something that can come around the spot, the Rad X is going to be the weight block of choice.
Once again, we're very proud to announce the release of this lock.
It is a very aggressive bowling ball. It gives you amazing hitting power, and also it gives you the most forgiveness at your break point. So you can miss a little left and a little right.
We are pioneers in reactive bowling ball technology. We've been making reactive bowling balls longer than anyone else. On October 6th, with the launch of the Lock, we will be raising our innovation to a whole new level. Storm is the innovation company. Storm is the Bowlers Company.
Hello, my name is Victor Marion, and I'm the Director of Research and Development for Storm Products. And at Storm, we thrive on innovation. It's the foundation of ball motion. And with innovation comes great new things. And what we're looking at now is a brand new technology that's innovative in how we changed it, but it also goes back to historical success. Radial accelerating disc technology, RAD technology. When we first came out with it, we changed the paradigm of ball motion. We allowed a type of motion that hadn't been seen before because it gave us tremendous amount of back-end potential. And with innovation of the new Rad X weight block, we've taken that sort of design, that success, and we've taken it to the next level. So when you're looking for something that really knows how to corner, something that can come around the spot, the Rad X is going to be the weight block of choice. Hello, my name is Victor Marion and I'm the Director of Research and Development for Storm Products. And at Storm, we thrive on innovation. It's the foundation of ball motion. And with innovation comes great new things. And what we're looking at now is a brand new technology. Hello, my name is Victor Marion and I'm the Director of Research and Development for Storm Products. And at Storm, we thrive on innovation. It's the foundation of ball motion. And with innovation comes great new things. And what we're looking at now is a brand new technology that's innovative in how we changed it, but it also goes back to historical success. Radial accelerating disc technology, RAD technology. When we first came out with it, we changed the paradigm of ball motion. We allowed a type of motion that hadn't been seen before because it gave us tremendous amount of back-end potential. And with innovation of the new Rad X weight block, we've taken that sort of design, that success, and we've taken it to the next level. So when you're looking for something that really knows how to corner, something that can come around the spot, the Rad X is going to be the weight block of choice.
Oh, the camera's not on, dude.
Well, it's Gary Holzenberg. I'm back in the booth here. We had a little break in the action so we could go check on some of the scoring. And now we're back in the booth. And we're just going to kind of call and let you know what's going on the other side. So behind us, you can see there's empty chairs right now. They're going to be filled with spectators. On the other side of that, in this split center, is where the final 8 are competing to get into the Final Four. And one neat story developing, there is a husband and wife team bowling that is possibly going to both make the Final Four, which is pretty cool, I think. So we got Paul. Paul is our video person at Storm. He wants to come in and join us. I've asked him to tell me a little bit about the filming, what's been going on. Tavio, the production person, and our graphics person, and Paul, they spent some time in Vegas the last couple days gathering footage. Paul, how did it go? Welcome.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you. It was good. We spent a little bit of time downtown, did some time lapses. You probably saw a few of them in the intro. And then we've been filming a little bit around the ABT.
You also went to the other bowling center, right? So in South Point, they have 2 bowling centers. The bowling center we're at now is called the Plaza.
Yeah,
and it's where
huge.
all the national events are going to be held in the upcoming years, the women's nationals, men's nationals,
Right.
and then, splitting some of that with Reno at the National Bowling Stadium, which our friends there. Here, this was you've been here before. I think when Bowl Expo was going on, you came to check it out, but you haven't done any work here. So was it tough filming in this environment because of how big it is between the 2 centers? I know you filmed in both.
Yeah, actually this one's just a little bit more challenging for what we're doing with the live setups, with stretching cables out.
Yeah.
It's definitely a lot more space than what
we made a trip to Fry's to pick up an extra long cable.
We had to go to Fry's.
Yeah. And but it's all worked out, right? We're all set up. We're ready for this Final Four to begin. Giving away a lot of money. It's going to be exciting. I know that. You have a favorite? You have a favorite in the tournament?
Our guy, he's out already. So
your guy's out.
Chris Walker was our guy, and he's out. He actually bowls in league with
you and Tavio, right?
Yeah. So he's our guy, but he's out.
Yeah. All right. Well, and so tell me about the pro shop. You went down. You saw Mr. Caverly. I think Johnny D.
Yes.
Our famous Johnny D. Everybody knows Johnny if you've been around bowling at all. Great bowler. They run a great pro shop here. What was going on in the shop? What was the hot product when you were down filming?
Yeah. So. When we were down there, locks were going out the door.
Locks. It was the day after, right?
Seriously, it was wild how many people were getting locks. And he said, I think when we were up there, he said he had sold 30 since the tournament had started.
Right,
Something
which was like a day.
Yeah,
it was like in one day, right?
Yeah. So, yeah.
So that ball's been
definitely doing good.
It's got some buzz because it's got that new technology, the new weight block, the new cover stock, and we're pretty proud of it. I mean, our research and development team, they've done a great job with this product, and people are loving it right now.
Yeah. So since I've been at Storm, which hasn't been terribly long, several months, I think the lock is really the first video I got to sink my teeth into.
Yeah.
And we did tons of videos, as
right.
a lot of the people watching have probably already seen. But I really liked having the opportunity to sit down with Victor and to sit down with Steve. And Victor explained the RadX technology.
Right.
Not just for the video, but he sat me down and was like, all right, this is what it's all
this
about.
Is, yeah.
And then Steve did the same thing with the GI-15 cover stock.
Right.
And it was just really cool to learn really, how high-tech these bowling balls are.
Right. And the differences between them, right? I mean, they're distinctly different than the predecessor. It's the next wave of technology.
It is. And to be honest, I bowl now.
Yeah.
I'm in league.
You're addicted now.
I'm addicted.
You are addicted to bowling.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm in league now. Actually, our producer Tavio, he's on my team in league.
You guys roll together in a scratch league, by the way. That should be duly noted that they've never bowled league before, and they jumped in and got in a scratch league. Which is,
We're
I give
hav-
you props for that.
We're having a good time.
Yeah.
And I think our scores are going up. So
Yeah, the competition's going to force you to bowl better and, get quicker, faster.
That's right. I think our camera cut out real quick, so I got to
jump on it. All right, well, Paul's left the building so that he can fix up the camera, which shut off on us so rudely. It's so rudely shut off. It's back on now. Here I am. Hello, bowling fans. We're looking at 51 and 52 right now on your screen, which is the championship pair. That's where we're going to be calling the Final Four. Paul, did you get that camera set up for us?
I think it's all ready to go now, hopefully.
All right.
It was actually probably a reprieve for the audience. Just
little break from us.
Yeah, don't have to look
Some
at
black
me.
screen. Yep. So as we were talking about, you're bowling a lot, getting into it, enjoying it.
Right.
You really do enjoy it, actually. When you drilled your skyrocket, you came and you said, so I bowled 223, and I've never bowled 200 before. And, you couldn't believe, having never had your own ball and then drilling a high-performance ball, how different it was.
Yeah, and actually that's where I was going to go with that is just when you have a ball that actually fits you,
yeah,
and you have a ball that actually does stuff,
yeah,
it's got cool stuff
right.
inside of it. The difference that it makes is incredible. I'd never shot above a 160 probably.
Right.
And then all of a sudden 223. First day I had my skyrocket.
Right. Which kind of then hooked you in,
yeah,
and then you were on it.
And now I'm on it. And actually used my skyrocket in league the other night, 216.
Nice.
Which is the highest I shot in league, which is a scratch league.
Right. You're in it for the fun and the camaraderie. But on another note, the last time we were in Vegas, we were covering a tournament. We were doing some video work, and we were here for 1 full week during that tournament.
Yes,
and about day 2, you came to me and said, hey, man, can you have the guys in the pro shop drill me a ball because I need to bowl tonight? And every night that week, after working all day, you and Tavio went and actually bowled.
Yeah, we went bowling at midnight, 1 a.m.
Yeah.
The bowling center is open 24 hours, so we thought, hey, let's use that.
Yeah, they were dollar games and everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So
I think our man Randy Pedersen is coming back, who these guys probably want to hear more than me.
They want to hear the technical stuff, but it's not as entertaining, I think. It's funny with you. You got a question, Paul?
Somebody from the audience, they wanted to know, Jeremy Boxterman, he wanted to know, does anybody know the championship format?
Yeah, they're bowling the championship format for the ABT Final Four is 2 games. 2 games total pins is what they're going for here.
So the top 4 people are going to
bowl.
Here.
They're going to roll 2 games. Yep. I believe the handicaps are all factored in to that, so should be a nice, fair competition.
Ask for more questions.
And if you guys have any other questions, please feel free to send us a little message through our YouTube feed there. Also, I think it was in one of the videos was our Paint the Lanes Pink initiative with that special ball that we created, and we're auctioning off. If you haven't checked this out on Facebook yet, you still have over a half a month to do this. But every day you go to the Storm Facebook page, there's a new auction. It starts at noon, which is Utah time, and it starts at 2, and then it ends at noon the following day. And the highest bidder wins a very special new technology bowling ball that is a technology we've never used before. It is completely new technology, and it's been going amazing, and we're raising a lot of money for great causes, our charities, for breast cancer awareness, bringing a lot of awareness to it. And it's been a fun campaign, huh? You did a lot of the videos.
Yeah, And I was astounded, and I think everybody at Storm was really grateful for the people that are bidding and stepping up to the plate,
Right,
and really donating money to a great cause.
Like day one.
Yeah, day one is $2,500.
$2,500. One of our dear friends, a bowling. She's avid bowler. Carla Allsgood. She bid $2,501. And won the very first Paint the Lanes Pink bowling ball. Carla, if you're watching, thank you, and thank you to everyone that bids. It's really the more people that are bidding, the more awareness gets drawn to the cause, which is really what it's about. Yeah, we want to raise money. We also want to make sure we're doing our part to raise awareness. Bill and Barbara, our owners, are big on charitable giving. So, yeah, I mean, go check out our Facebook page. Tavio's got another question for us.
What pattern are they bowling on?
The question is, what pattern are the ABT National bowlers bowling on? And this is kind of a funny one because it has not been given out yet. The pattern, they've kept the pattern a secret, so to speak. And so that's kind of cool. But we think it's 42 feet.
42 feet.
42 feet, and we've heard it may or may not be something that's been used at the USBC national tournament in the past. So,
okay,
there's the answer to that. Paul, do you know what that means, the 42 feet thing? You know what that is?
It's more oil, right?
Yeah, well,
More
longer.
oil. Longer.
Longer than 40 or 38.
Yeah, 2 feet longer than 40.
That's right. So, folks, thanks for being patient as these finalists get determined. Randy has been going to the tournament office to find lots of information about our finals. And so we have lots of great info on the folks. And so, at any rate, he's got lots of good stuff for us. And he's jumping back into the booth with me now. Hi, Randy.
Hi, Gary. Got lots of good information for you.
Yeah.
And for the folks that have tuned in. So the Amateur Bowlers Tours Fall Nationals obviously is here at South Point. Almost 300 players representing 17 different ABT branches from 26 different states. Together with this tournament's events, all of the events generated over 2,900 entries.
Wow.
That's one of the cool things about the ABT is that there's a lot of different things to bowl at once. For example, there's a senior division, there's a ladies only division, there's a gold members tournament, not to be mistaken with Austin Powers. There's doubles. There's a doubles event. So lots and lots of different things to bowl. The Amateur Bowlers Tour is looking forward to celebrating its 40th anniversary tournament in 2017. And again, I think the other cool aspect of the ABT Tour is that it's open to bowlers of all skill levels.
And we've seen that this week.
Yep.
Absolutely.
You touched on it at the top of the show. The next national event will be back here at South Point February 25th through the 28th.
Okay.
And that will feature a $20,000 first place with bonuses.
With bonuses.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, very good. How was your little break? How was the tournament office? Tell me, these people work extremely hard. You have a relationship with ABT, unlike, most of the relationships that you have in bowling, quite frankly, are very deep. You get to know people so much. I think that's why you're a great ambassador for our sport, and you're loved in our sport. And don't laugh. No, that's true. It's true. And here I could see it when the first day I got here. The first day that I got here, that and you weren't here quite yet because your flight got delayed. And everyone's asking, "Where's Randy? Where's Randy? Where's Randy?" And then you come in and you're getting hugs and you're, all that good stuff.
Well, I've been with these folks for a lot of years, and made some great friendships along the way. And thanks for the kind words, by the way. As far as the ABT staff is concerned, they don't get much sleep during this event, during the national events.
Here, first thing in the morning, they're the last ones to leave.
Yeah.
All day working.
Yeah, and they've been at it for so long. They're very efficient. They know what to do. Everybody's got their own job description, so to speak, and they're really good at what they do. And they know, and Myron's put together a great staff, because it takes great people to put on a great event, especially when you're dealing with this many bodies and this many entries. And they're very efficient. And obviously with a tournament of this size, every now and then you may have a hiccup, but, they're very good at handling it. There's nothing you can throw at them that they haven't seen before. And they're I think it's probably the fairest tournament organization going, because they really scrutinize averages and handicaps, and
this is an effort to make it just more fair, more
correct.
of a genuine level the playing field.
Absolutely,
kind of
to make it fair.
Yep. Most of the events that I go to are scratch in nature. So for me, being at ABT Nationals for the first time, I'm learning all about the different players and skill levels and how the handicap is formulated to balance it all out.
Right.
Yep.
And you have scratch players at the national events, and they've fared well in these tournaments, even though it's a handicap event. They still get some handicap.
Yeah.
That's not a lot, but and then obviously a lot of it's predicated on oil patterns, and typically the oil patterns are they're not easy.
Yeah.
They don't make it's rare that you see a shootout. The oil patterns are very competitive, and so you have to be on your game. And all of my ABT peeps, as I like to call them, they constantly come up, ask for advice. Hey, can you watch me throw it? Hey, can you tell me how to play the oil pattern? And it's the same message every year or every national event that I work.
Let me guess, make spares.
Make your spares. Make your spares. I can't tell you how many times I've seen tournaments won and lost by good or bad spare shooting.
Yeah, of course.
All right, folks, listen, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to show you some really interesting stuff here. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. We're going to take a small break. We'll be back. We are getting very close to making the final cut to our top 4 players. The format is all 4 players will bowl at once. They'll bowl 2 games. It's total pinfall with handicap, and that will determine our winner. So stay with us. We'll be back with more great stuff. And when we do come back, I think we're gonna finally get to see some bowling action.
Some live bowling. There you go.
If I look back and I look at every single thing that Storm has ever done, we classed up the world of bowling, and I'm going to take full credit for that.
The thing with Storm was a big risk, and I didn't have any money to speak of, but I had to take risk.
It just occurred from nothing other than risk, dedication, never saying no, and I think the key was we're too stupid to know we couldn't do it. That's it.
Bill, he goes after everything.
The way we got started was I was in another business. Name of it was CC Distributing. It was an industrial supply and industrial chemical business. In the 80s, urethane balls, everybody was cleaning them, putting them in a dishwasher or putting them in their sink and washing them with dishwashing detergent and to keep the reaction better. So I said, well, I can make one that you can clean, put on a towel and clean on lane.
Bill decided to start making this product called You Clean, You Score. And we started making it at CC Distributing.
And a friend of mine who worked at Faball, Utah, came up to me. He said, well, try to make it and let's see what happens. And I'll try to sell it to see if I can sell it to Fab Ball. He wasn't successful, but he did, however, give me a list of all the United States distributors. So, you know, I went ahead and I made a box and printed the bottles and a leap of faith and went forward. That's You Clean You Score's first poster. We sent that to different pro shops. And the theory is, if you clean your bowling ball, you get consistent, repeatable performance by cleaning your bowling ball.
One day, a guy called me and said, hey, you know, I'd like 50 dozen You Clean You Score. And I went, oh my gosh, we don't have 50 dozen You Clean You Score. I didn't have a hold button on the phone, so I put the phone down in my lap and thought, oh gosh, please don't let the dog bark and don't let the kids scream. I picked it back up and I says, yes, we have that in stock. Is it okay if we ship that to you tomorrow? He said, no problem. I said, great. I hung up. We went and got all the kids out of school. We started bottling ball cleaner. And so that's kind of one of our very first stories that I can say that was just a changing point in my mind. And then when Keith Orton came up to us and said, how about we make bowling balls?
We didn't know what we were going to do. We didn't know how anything was really going to take over.
And I don't know why, but somehow I decided to start making bowling balls. I managed to talk one guy into loaning me $25,000, which in retrospect was a drop in the bucket. That's enough to buy a lathe and get sample material. And
when we first started, because we didn't have our pumping system up, we'd pour them out of KFC buckets.
We were going to go to lunch, and we went to Kentucky Fried Chicken. We bought a bucket of chicken, and Keith and I said, well, you know, hey, let's do this. So we bought a couple extra empty buckets. We went back to the paint stick and mixed the two A and B and mixed them up and poured them into a mold and around a weight block and made a bowling ball.
Doing it by hand, you're not going to get the best quality out because you mix too much air and stuff in it. But it gave us an idea of what we had.
This bowling ball right here, that was poured in a bucket. That's my bowling ball. I bowled with it. This is how the original ball looked. We made black urethane balls. And the first bowling ball, we made a logo that said HSP and was High Score Products. We're trying to find a name for the bowling ball. And my wife and I and two of our friends, we went to dinner at a Mexican restaurant, trying to think of a name.
I said Storm.
And everybody stopped and looked at her and says, that's it. So we named the ball Storm. And that was the name of the ball at the time. And then our next ball was a Storm, and our next ball was a Storm. This is the logo we originally used. This is what we went to next. In 1994, I received a cease and assist letter from a company called High Score Products in New Jersey that I was infringing on their name and taking advantage of their business.
I didn't even know there was a company called High Score, S-K-O-R-E Products. So they sued us.
By then, the High Score Products name, it kind of wore out and everybody referred to us as Storm anyway. So I dropped the name and we took on the Storm name as the company name.
We thought, well, we've already got a storm and maybe we could take storms and maybe add tropical storms or sandstorms. And we all of a sudden started kind of going down this idea. Back in those days, we just wanted to name the next bowling ball. We weren't thinking that we were going to have 300 bowling balls later. We were thinking in the next 6 months, well, we could come out with a Pacific Storm.
But back in the early days, we struggled.
I never knew if it was going to make it or not. Bill and I lived personally on the verge of bankruptcy all the time. I'll never forget the day that there was no money in the bank. Bill had taken it out to pay for Storm.
I took that money out of the account in order to pay some bills I had to pay.
And so at that day, I went to Bill and I said, you know, either Storm stands on its own 2 feet or we're pulling the plug. And I think that's when Bill took his entrepreneurial brain and really applied it to the very best reactive shell technology bowling ball that was controllable, and that's really what started us.
watched it was a Brunswick World Championship, I think, in November, and Tony Westlake was on TV, and he was using this ball. Probably was one of Keith's balls, actually, that was made in Utah that he was using. Because Keith had worked for Excalibur, we were working with the same urethane company as they were. So I told Keith, I said, I need a sample of urethane.
When I was working at Fat Ball, we tried some of this material from this same distributor, and then we were told we had to get away from it.
I said, well, let's try it. Let's see what happens. We got it. We poured some samples and worked with it. And we made a bowling ball called the Teal Storm. There was no other reactive balls on the market.
People couldn't believe how much energy there was in the back end.
Without that incident, we wouldn't have survived I wouldn't have survived till June of that year. But by doing that, that started us going. So.
One question he asked me that I always remember is do we want to get big and compete with the big boys? Do we want to make 100 balls a day? Of course, both of us were not content. And so that started us that, okay, now what do we have to do? We've got to get distributors on our side. We've got to get the good bowlers on our side, which ended up being Pete Weber at the time.
In the fall of '96, my tour rep, a gentleman who works on tour, drills bowling balls, called and said, I'm going to comp Pete Weber some balls, and he bowled really well in this tournament, and he wants to talk to us about signing a contract. Well, at the time, he had a really bad reputation.
I don't know if he really wanted to sign with us. He just wanted to sign for anybody.
January 1 of '97, he was under contract with us, and he has been ever since. And he was a huge part of our success then. He went on to make 10 shows that year and get us all kinds of exposure, and his personality is what it is. And he's still instrumental in our company, has been all along. So we've got other people now. We've got other people on staff, professionals that are on staff that are huge in the company too. And we've had huge women too. We won more in the last 10 years worldwide than any company. So it's not, we make good bowling balls, and good players use our bowling balls because they can win with them.
We had to start somewhere, but where we are today, it's way over my head. I think I contributed a lot in getting our feet wet, so to say. Getting the first weight blocks and getting the balls going, and we had some ups and downs, and we've advanced so much faster than what a lot of the other companies have.
There are these things that they say, if you dream it, you can taste it, and you can feel it, that it is created. And I am telling you, when Bill first started Storm, and he would talk about Storm, people wanted to be a part. It was like there was this huge magnet. It just occurred from nothing other than risk, dedication, never saying no. And I think the key was we're too stupid to know we couldn't do it. That's it.
And welcome back, everybody, to the beautiful South Point Bowling Plaza. Randy Pedersen along with Gary Holzenberg. We are coming to you live, Storm Live. This is the 2015 ABT Fall Nationals. Gary, we are moments away from watching live bowling, and we have just cut our field to the top 4. And we've already explained the format, and we'll get into talking about some of the players, but we're getting down to the nitty-gritty now. It's crunch time.
Final 4. We've been watching just a couple hours ago. We had 150 bowlers going for these 4 spots. Now it's down to for all the wheat. It's going to be it's going. It's happening.
Talk about some of the players. Talk about the 4 players that we will be watching. Lewis Boone, age 67, retired. Veronica Boone, age 59. Not sure if there's any relationship there.
They have matching jerseys, and I think they're husband and wife, but I'm not 100%. I shouldn't say that, but.
Well, but you know what? If they have matching jerseys, we should probably go with that.
Let's go with it.
All right. Vang Mua, age 43. It says his occupation is he's a homemaker.
Nice. Sign me up.
I wished I was.
5 ABT titles.
And Paul Varela, age 50. He's self-employed. Paul Varela actually used to bowl on tour way back in the day.
You know him from then.
I've known Paul for probably 35 years.
So he must be getting back into the sport after some time away.
Well, he dropped his pro status and went amateur and bowls a lot of local stuff. He's been bowling ABTs for about 15 years. Here's a guy who's got some experience at that high level.
Yeah.
And he's coming in with 30 pins a game handicap. Now, that's the lowest of our 4 players. Vang Mua, he's getting 34 pins a game handicap. Lewis Boone, he's getting 40. And Veronica Boone is getting 64 pins. I wouldn't give Paul Varela 3 pins of a handicap and
you mean
bowl
right
him.
now?
And
right
bowl,
now?
No chance.
No chance.
That
yeah.
guy would wax me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I like that. It's pretty strong. Paul Varela from the Southern California area. Let's see. As is Lewis Boone and Veronica Boone, both from SoCal. So we have 3 players here representing Southern California. Vang Mua, it says he's from the Twin Cities.
Yeah, Minnesota area.
Yeah, bowls at Dracula, Inner Grove Heights.
Scott Pohl probably knows him.
Scott Pohl knows him,
Yep.
absolutely.
Scott just walked by. That's why I had the Scott Pohl reference, huh? Good bowler. He just
Yes.
got knocked out of the tournament.
Yep. So, again, folks, just moments away from some live action here. The players are going through some instruction with ABT. The players now, we're being informed that the players are going to get 2 shots on each lane. All 4 players will be bowling at the same time. And remember, it's 2-game total pinfall, including handicap, will determine our winner. So, Gary, basically what that means is there's going to be a lot of math.
Yeah, we're going to have to do some math. We could do it.
Once the action starts, Gary's going to go down to the floor and cover our interviews.
I do what Tavio tells me to do, our producer.
Yeah.
He tells me to go. You tell me to go, I'll go.
That's
Or
usually
I'll stay.
Yeah, that's usually the way it works. You get bossed around by the producer and you just do what he says.
I got a couple of funny stories. Earlier in the week, I watched Lewis right on 55, I think it was, in 56, throw the front 9 in one of those early qualifying rounds, and the whole place was going crazy. He was into it. Every shot was just awesome to watch.
Well, I've seen Lewis a lot in ABT events, and I've seen him make the top 4, the top 5 when they had a 5-player stepladder finals. He's gone a long way on more than one occasion in the national events here at ABT.
Yeah. You can see those matching jerseys that I was referring to.
All right, so Gary, confirmation that Lewis and Veronica Boone are indeed, in fact, married.
How cool is that?
Well, you know what's really cool is if they finish first and second, they're going to pocket $40,000.
Nice trip to Vegas, huh? Veronica, with her sunglasses on, she's had them on all week. I said, this is my girl, and she must be an avid poker player because I watched her, whether she strikes or misses an easy spare or something, no emotion. And then we got her bio sheet, and it says her hobby is poker.
Her hobby is poker.
Her hobby's poker.
Actually, it's bowling and poker machines. I'm not sure you need
poker machines.
I'm not sure you need sunglasses for playing video poker. I'm just throwing it out there. Are you sure she doesn't wear them because of her favorite pro bowler, Pete Weber?
And maybe. Is that her favorite pro?
Just go with it, Gary.
I like it.
You know, one of the things I learned early on in my television career was never let the truth get in the way of a good story.
Well, you got some stories, that's for sure. Any that you care to share with us this week?
I've got one story I can – well, actually, we don't have time for my story because these players are almost done practicing. And so the story in the headlines we are down to our final 4. 2-game total pinfall match. Add in the handicap. Whoever knocks down the most pins with their handicap is going to take home $30,000. $10,000 second place, $5,000 for third, fourth place $2,500.
Some cash right there.
I was kidding Paul Varela earlier in the week. I said, you know, you're not half the man you used to be. He's trimmed down about probably about 25 or 30 pounds.
For real?
Yeah.
I think he gave them to me. I think I've got those. When I first met you, I was pretty thin.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So he gave it to you?
I don't know. I don't know what happened. I got old or something. I don't know what happened.
Lewis Boone, his favorite hobby, bowling. Gotta love it. Lewis Boone, 29 ABT titles. Veronica, his wife, 11 ABT titles. Vang Mua, his ABT titles is 5 and counting, and 4 ABT titles for Paul Varela. Our players are done with practice. All right, Gary, here we go.
Who are you taking? Who's your pick?
Can I have 2?
Yeah, of course.
All right, I'm going to go Lewis Boone and Paul Varela.
And I'm going with Veronica.
Okay. Well, your horse has the most handicap, 64 pins.
And she's steady. She's like a rock.
She's got the sunglasses on, and it's nighttime. So that's got to be an advantage.
Yep. Without a doubt.
The players' names, you can see there next to their names is the amount of pins they're getting. What they've done is they've taken the lowest handicap, which is Paul Varela, and then basically have gone off of that number. Vang Mua, he gets 4 pins because he's 34. Paul Varela's 30. So in essence, Paul's getting nothing. Veronica's getting 34. Lewis Boone getting 20. And that's what Paul Varela has to spot the other 3 players. First shot, left lane.
Oh, it's a good shot.
42-foot pattern. Played a little on the slick side, especially after a little carry down. Saw a lot of lefties leaving pocket 7-9s. No, I'm not a lefty hater. I'm just stating fact.
Yeah, and we see Veronica with a really good opening shot and leaving the equivalent to the lefty 7-9, the 8-10. Tough break to open this match on such a quality shot. She got one. She did what she's supposed to do.
She's
Give
got
it
a
chance.
She's got a nice looking game.
I like the roll on her ball.
She's got a nice looking game.
Yeah.
Picking off the 10 pin there when she left the 8-10, that's a good sign that, you know, she's conscious about getting decent count. And if she does leave a 10 pin, it looks like she's got a pretty good chance of making one.
Absolutely.
All right, now watch this style. Right lane, lane 52, Vang Mua. Little two-handed action here.
Vang came to our matchmaker the matchmaker event that we did. Beautiful shot there. Wow. And he struck a lot with the lock in our matchmaker event.
There was a lot of people this week that struck a lot with the lock.
Yeah. It looked good.
Paul Varela stepping up on the left lane. Looked like in his qualifying matches he was throwing an IQ Nano.
I think that's what he's showing now.
His last shot in practice, I watched him leave a flat 10. He may want to think about balling up. Going to something a little bit more aggressive. The natural progression right now would be going straight to that lock.
Yeah.
Not sure if he has one in his arsenal.
Lewis.
Lewis goes high on the right lane, avoiding the split. And watch this style here, Paul Varela. You can tell this guy has done a lot of bowling. Great knee bend, left arm sticking out, great balance.
Just covers it perfectly.
That's old school bowling right there. See, that's the way we bowled back in the day.
Very sound. Good spare, Lewis. How cute are the matching shirts?
You gotta love it. After frame one, Veronica Boone, the only open frame. Paul Varela, 8 spare. Bang Mua struck on his first shot, and Lewis Boone covered his spare. Well, bad break, gets a good one there. Kicks the 10 out late, only leaving the 3-pin.
In your professional opinion, do you think that she kind of helped that one because the first shot leaving the 8-10? Do you think she kind of tried to fit it in there a little?
Yeah, I mean, there's a good chance of that. I think the other thing that you have to really touch on is the nerves. You know, what are the nerves like right now?
It's a lot of money, and you would know what are they going through?
Well, it's a lot of money, but they're also bowling on live on the internet.
Right.
So, they've got cameras behind them.
Friends back home watching.
Right?
Yep.
This is an environment that these folks just aren't used to. But on the flip side, this is what really makes it fun.
What'd you do to relax and, when you're getting on TV and all those times bowling for the championships, did you have a secret that kind of helped you get your mind right? And
yeah, the secret was that everybody's going to be nervous, and you just have to
acknowledge
you
it.
You have to accept it. Yeah, you try to run and hide from it, or this is what I'm going to do not to be nervous. You're kidding yourself. So you just know going in. Oh, tough leave there, 3-6-9-10 for Vang Mua. You know going in you're going to be nervous, but the other thing is I tried to make it mentally an environment that I was comfortable in, and I have a very good television record. I didn't get there a lot, but when I got there, I did pretty well, and it was just an environment that I felt comfortable in.
It's because you're a very outgoing guy.
I think it's part of my personality.
Yeah. Yep. Come on, Bang. Let's see what you got here. Tough spare.
Wow, what a great cover that is. Paul Varela getting up on the right lane.
It's a good shot.
That ball actually came off the end of the pattern and rolled up nicely into the 1-3. Really good shot there by Paul. Wonder if that left lane's a little bit tighter. The other thing that's really cool about the ABT is the sportsmanship. The players.
Oh, it's great.
That the sportsmanship that they have, and the respect they have for the other players.
Yeah.
You see them giving each other fives when they strike, even though they're competing against one another. It's like a big family.
Yeah.
It's like a big bowling club and a big family.
Yep.
Now, see, that to me looked like he helped that one. This pattern, it plays like your brain feels if you get it a little too far to the right, it's not going to get back. There is a little room to the right, but not big room to the right. So that immediately puts your arm swing on the defensive.
Yeah. Look good.
Great shot. Typically, the players that I see have the most success in these events are the players that can play down and in, can repeat shots and be fairly accurate, but are good spare shooters. The only open frame right now through almost 3 frames, is Veronica Boone, and that was a split.
See if Paul looking for the early double here. The left lane, he was a little light, frame 1. See if he makes the proper adjustment.
And that's what I saw in practice.
You saw that in practice?
Yeah.
Yep. So maybe it's ball up on that lane. Is that what you're
Maybe
thinking?
it looks like the left lane's a little tighter. That shot there, it looked like he actually tried to roll it a little bit more, and it still wasn't enough to get it to pick up and face the 1-3 correctly.
Lewis is throwing one of my favorite balls at the Storm line right now, the Optimus Solid. Have you had a chance to throw that ball?
I have not.
Oh, man, it's good. Good spare by Paul there.
Vang Mua stepping up on the left lane from the Twin Cities.
He's a long way from home.
It's going to be really cold there soon.
It's going to be real cold. Yeah.
I've done some stuff in Minnesota and Fargo, North Dakota in December, and it gets a wee bit nippy that time of the year. Nice break.
Over.
Yeah, nice break for Vang crossing over. All right, here's your girl Veronica stepping up on the right lane looking for a double. Her husband, Lewis, he's already doubled, second and third frame. What do you think? Creeps high again. But you know what I really like is that she has not missed the head pin for 4 straight shots. You can't throw it all over the lane and expect to do well at the ABT Nationals. The oil pattern just won't allow it.
Touch high there. Lewis tried to get that one in there a little bit and get that early 3-bagger. He's left an easy spare though. Oh, Veronica.
And that's going to prove costly. Again, we talk about this, the easy spare conversions that are missed. You know, that's the 3-6. That's not what I would consider tough spare. All right, Lewis Boone clean through 4 frames. Spare double 8 spare. He's definitely your scratch leader. Veronica's at a 175 pace right now. Lewis is at 208.
Boy, that was a good shot.
Definitely more reaction on that right lane. You watch Paul make an adjustment here. I don't know if he's going to go to something stronger on that left lane or if he's going to make an adjustment with feet and eyes.
You know, it just dawned on me after all this time that we've been watching the last few days, and you hit on it earlier with the sportsmanship, and right now there's great sportsmanship, but these players are intense right now. I mean, they were laughing and joking, but now with the big money on the line, they're focused. They're really into this.
Absolutely. It's a great point. Right now it's all about just kind of controlling the nerves and trying to keep whatever's on the inside from coming outside. Like lunch.
Like lunch. All right, Vang trying to capitalize on the crossover. That looked okay. No.
The other 3 players more of a traditional down and in or old school down and in style. Vang is using the new wave 2-handed bowling style and obviously hooking it a lot more than the other 3 players.
And what's your take on that for the viewers at home, the 2-handed style? Is it I know you work and coach lots of youth players, not only in your home area in Florida, but also around the country as you're traveling. You're always one to help anyone that asks for some help. And I know you just see more of it, right?
Yeah,
more of the two-handed
absolutely.
style.
Yep. I think that we don't have enough time on this broadcast to give you my opinion.
Oh, he moved. He moved a little bit, Paul,
Yeah.
on that shot.
I think that, the sport was intended to use your thumb. Now, with that being said, the two-handers, all they would have to do is just drill a bigger thumb. I also have great respect for the two-handers because I think it's a very difficult thing to do, and they make it look real easy. And I'll tag this conversation by saying that if I was reincarnated, I would come back and I would throw it with two hands.
I would as well. I would say we just had a video with Wesley Lowe. He came to Storm, and he's two-handed lefty and a real nice kid. He uses his thumb, His thumb's in the ball.
Yeah.
And they generate so much power, and they use their legs, I guess, to really generate some ball speed.
Yeah, that's the only way to throw it faster when you have no backswing.
Right.
You've got to get your legs moving, your feet moving. If you watch Jason Belmonte's footwork, it's really fast.
Really quick,
and then, he kind of slingshots it as well with his arm and his upper body. But any two-hander that is going to be successful, they have to create ball speed, and the only way to do that is by getting your body moving.
It's a good shot.
Really good. And you can see that ball on that left lane holding off and kind of laying there.
And he's high on the right lane.
Significantly tighter down lane than the right lane.
Yeah.
And it's really showing. It really showed up on that shot, and it's really showing up with Paul Varela. Veronica unable to capitalize on her strike in the fifth frame. See if she can cover the six pin. She has the most handicap of the four players.
Good spare.
Yes, it is. She gets 34. Varela gets 0. Vang Mua 4. Lewis Boone 20. All the handicap in favor of the Boone family. Yeah.
There's a smile I saw from earlier in the week.
He's a great guy. What a friendly man.
Man, he is.
You can see all the spectators and players hanging around. They want to see who's going to win, who's going to collect all the big money. And all right. Got away with one.
We mentioned Scott Pohl earlier, great bowler and great pro shop operator in that Minnesota, the Twin Cities area. And it just dawned on me as he's sitting right beside us why he's sitting there, because Vang Mua, it must be maybe a customer or something.
Yeah.
They must work together back home in Minnesota.
Scott Pohl runs a very successful pro shop.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm sure this is probably one of his guys.
So he's lending support, and that's awfully nice. Scott had a good showing, but he didn't advance to a round of 8. I think he made it maybe the round of 32 or 16. Vang make a little move on this lane.
No, but he needs
Still
to.
high.
He just doesn't have the push. That lane hooks more. And when he gets that two-handed style going up the lane, just a pinch on the right lane, it's going to go high. Let's see what a spare game looks like. Conversion here, he will remain clean through 7 frames. Oh, one-handed. Like it.
Beautiful.
I like it. Pretty solid there.
Cover, Vang. Seems disappointed right now, Vang. Oh.
Look at it just lay there on that left lane.
She likes the left lane. If she could bowl on Veronica bowl on the left lane and Paul on the right lane. They could put up a number together.
Yeah. Paul staying with the same piece of equipment on that left lane.
Lewis.
Get another another high shot on that right lane. Will Paul Varela strike on the left lane? What is the adjustment? Is it a couple to the right and give it the high hard one?
I think he's going to get a touch softer with it. Let the ball kind of read the mid lane.
Tried to square up, got it in.
Sign. That's not good for Paul.
Yep.
Hey, can I ask a non-bowling related question?
Absolutely.
All your experiences, all the different people you've worked with in the broadcast booth, do you have someone that you just really connected with and had a great time, always looking forward to working with?
Oh, yeah, it was Rob Stone.
Rob Stone's your guy?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And what was it about Rob that you guys just connected on a...
It's his personality and you know, the kind of guy he is. He's just... Rob Stone's cool. And he's probably one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life.
Okay.
And he's very good at what he does, and he's very smart. And
so he's the full package.
He's just one of those guys that you like hanging around, you know.
Yeah.
And just as quick-witted as they come, but he's a good guy as well.
Yeah. I imagine you still keep in touch with Rob?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Here to bangs up on the lane 51. Cover this 4-pin here. Just trying to figure it out. Another straight shot using the one-handed technique for spares. So got a clean game going, and I'll tell you what, there hasn't been many clean games in this building this week.
No. And it's especially tough moving pair to pair throughout qualifying.
Yeah.
And even in the finals, or excuse me, the semifinals.
This could be the double. Oh, it's still high on that lane.
Yeah, pair to pair was tough because you've got players of all different styles playing all different parts of the lane.
I wonder with all the money on the line if Veronica is struggling or if Lewis was struggling, if that, don't you think that would affect it's your spouse? Don't you think it would affect you if your spouse was having a rough go of it? You're still trying to get that 30,000, but
well, they've got 40 ABT titles between the two of them.
yeah.
So I'm guessing that this isn't their first rodeo, and they're kind of used to. I would even bet. You know what? I'd go as far as betting that they probably have a little side wager going
between them,
right?
Or maybe they've competed for a championship in the past.
Absolutely.
One of those 40 titles.
Yep. It says Lewis has been a member of ABT 30-something years. Good shot there.
I'm looking at Vang's profile sheet here. It says high series. Am I reading that right? 600. With all that power and his spare game, apparently, is that? I must be reading that wrong.
I don't know. It says his all-time high game is 202. Interesting.
Come on, Vang. Let's figure out this right lane.
Nope. Yep. Paul Varela's high game, 300. High series, 842. How about Veronica's high game? 300.
All right, Veronica.
And
Girl.
it says her highest ABT national finish was before today a top 32. So this is
wow.
her best finish ever in an ABT national event. Hit it. All right.
She's been throwing that Crux Pearl all week. I wonder if that Crux Pearl's doing her good right now. It's making her some money. Lewis also supporting Storm with his Optimus Solid. Paul throwing an IQ Tour Nano.
Yep.
And Vang, I think, is throwing the Optimus. So all of our finalists are bowling with Storm products.
The front runner is Lewis Boone. He's got 2 doubles. He's in the 2 teens, clean through 9 frames. He can strike out to shoot 237. Paul Varela in desperate need of a strike on this left line. Set up the 10th frame. Get back in this.
Oh.
Can't throw any better than that.
Great
and
reaction.
looking for a little love.
Figured it out. Think Veronica is going to do it on this shot? Think she's going to get it in the pocket?
Not sure. She's a hold player. Not a lot of hold on the right lane.
That's high again.
And this time it's a split. Let's see if I can do the math with this scoreboard. She's currently in the 170s. If she spare strikes, she will shoot 171. With her handicap would give her 205. And just hooked enough to catch too much of the 3-pin, leaves the 10. She shoots 163. With her handicap of 64 pins, it is 227. Little hold on that lane, a little swing on the right lane. And a nice shot by Vang Mua. He's clean. Or, excuse me, this is a clean game for him, and it had a lot to do with his really good spare shooting. There's a 6 spare, a 7 spare, a baby split that was made in the 7th frame by Vang. Another strike here. He'll be in the 2 teens, I believe.
And Randy, I gotta say, I've been corrected. I thought Vang was throwing a different product than what he is. He's showing I think it's a DB8 bowling ball. I think is what he's throwing down.
Yeah, DB8.
DB8 bowling ball. So Storm has a 3.
3 out of 4.
3 out of 4 is pretty
Kind of
good.
reminds me of the tour.
I think we're pretty fortunate to have some good product out in the market.
Well, we've got the best players and we got the best product.
Let's see what Paul can do here. Oh, that was a good shot.
That was big. That keeps him in the game.
Wow.
A great shot by Paul Varela on the right lane.
What a good game he has.
Yeah,
Very
solid. That's old school. Level shoulders, left arm extended, straight out to the left. Good deep knee bend, follow through to the ceiling. Look at that ball get back from, that ball went out for burger and fries and came back with steak and baked potato. All right, Vang Mua, 216 scratch with his handicap.
He doesn't seem excited, but I'm looking at this sheet where 202 was his high game before that, so I'm thinking that's good. Oh,
great shot.
What a shot.
So Vang Mua, with his handicap, finishes with 250. Paul Varela with a late four-bagger.
Oh, Lewis with the big mixer.
You know what that's called right there? That's the Dick Weber.
That's the wall shot.
That's the Wally 5-7.
Man, how nice a man was he, Dick Weber.
They broke the mold.
Yeah.
I used to call him Mr. Weber, and he would he got tired of correcting me and saying, "No, Randy, it's Dick." He finally started calling me Mr. Pedersen. And that was Dick Weber. All right, 216 for Paul Varela. With his handicap, puts him at 246.
And that is a good 216. Light the first three shots on the left lane. He tried to get it in there, and he went high, and then he finishes with a five-bagger to save the game.
Yeah, he bailed it. He bailed it nicely there at the end.
Lewis, hook a little. It's a good game, Lewis. Clean game.
Clean 226.
226. It's a good game, Lewis.
All right. Lewis, 226 with his handicap gives Lewis 266.
Is that good?
That's really good. So Lewis takes a 16-pin lead over Vang Mua, a 20-pin lead over Paul Varela, and he takes a 39-pin lead over his wife. Or shall we refer to her as his better half?
Well, most of our wives are our better half. My wife is certainly my better half, for sure.
What if you're divorced?
Well, then they're no longer your wife. You're no longer.
So they're no longer the better half.
They're no longer the better half.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, folks, game two, our final game of the 2015 ABT Fall Nationals.
And if you're at home and you're watching and you haven't bowled one of these national ABT events, I would encourage you to find your local ABT, sign up, start bowling, and then come back out to Vegas and meet and hang out with Randy. He's always at the ABT national events. You're always out here helping people, giving them lessons, coaching, just talking.
That's what I do. I love it. I love it. The interaction with the people, I love it. And, you know, just the satisfaction of having them come up to me after a successful tournament and thanking me for, you know, for just giving them a little help.
Oh, good spare, Veronica. She thought she missed it, I think.
All right, so getting back to the better half.
Yeah.
If you have a girlfriend,
yeah,
can she be the better half?
Absolutely.
All right, well, I have a girlfriend, and she's definitely the better half.
I agree.
Yeah.
I know your girlfriend, and
yes.
She is without a doubt the better half between you guys.
Unequivocally, without question, the better half.
Yeah. Bang, little hop. That one didn't seem to come off his hand as good as those shots in the 10th.
Well, remember the shots on the 10th were a lot farther to the right.
Yeah.
And they all three got back. So, you know, right now it's trying to chase down Lewis Boone, who has built a lead on all three of our players. He is the leader with one game to go. And another good spare for Vang Mua must have worked really hard on his spare game prior to coming to this event because he hasn't missed one yet.
Yeah. Oh, that's a little left, Paul.
Yeah.
A little fallback action.
Yep. He's doing that with his hand.
Is it?
Yeah, because Paul can do some things. He's got some tricks. He can roll it. He can kind of spin it and twirl it a little bit. And You know, if Paul figures out that left lane and the other three players don't do anything crazy, he's got a great chance of winning this. And if he does, he can thank the 5-bagger he threw late in game one.
In game one, yeah. Lewis is not going to just go away. He's just filling frames. That's 11 consecutive marks.
Well, and that's what makes it tough for the other players. If he's able to do that,
they can't
then
catch him.
Then the other players have to throw strikes to catch him.
And it's hard. This
on
pattern
a tough
is
pattern.
hard. Boy, Paul was getting up to bowl on the left lane. He's up next on the left lane. As soon as Vang left that split, Paul wants no part of bowling with that split up there. He doesn't want anything in his mind negative.
That's old school, right?
Yeah.
Anytime you were bowling with somebody on a pair, qualifying or whatever, and they'd leave a split, you'd wait.
Yeah,
and you know, there's a lot of superstitions that go along with our sport and with individuals in our sport.
Yeah, like how many times you just wipe the ball, spin the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were guys on tour that would start with a certain bowling ball and, you know, have a little bit of success with it early, bowl some good games.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, that ball started misbehaving, so to speak. And some players would grab another ball out of their bag and put it up on the rack next to the ball they're using to kind of scare that ball into starting to strike again. You know, I've seen guys.
Was this you?
No, I wasn't one of those guys. I was never a real big superstition kind of guy, but I've seen guys pull their belts off and actually beat their bowling balls when they were on the ball return. I saw a guy bite a button off of his shirt once and spit it in the ashtray.
In your lifetime, I'm sure you've seen it all. One of our favorites
Great shot.
happened at the Showboat, and I don't even want to tell the story, but you know what I'm talking about.
Was it Mark Baker? Or which story?
His first name Nick.
Oh, what did he do? Did he throw a bowling ball through the ball return or something? What did he do?
He kicked the ball return so hard he dislodged it, and then he set it back up
and then kicked it again. Yeah.
And he got fined like a few $100, and the players chipped in to pay his fine
Yeah.
because they said they'd never seen it before.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Oh, gosh.
Right now, Vang Mua in trouble. He's lost his reaction, and it's 3 consecutive 7 counts in a row. Paul Varela has started with a double. Watch out for Paul Varela. He figured out that left lane, hung in there after that devastating split.
That's a strike. That's hooking. Oh,
Yeah,
Monica double.
Yeah, great shot. You could call that out of her hand, and you did.
She just noticed she got the double there. Randy, do you think it's tough on like Paul? He's been so steady, but the pressure put on, like he feels like he probably has to strike to keep up. If he doesn't strike, that could be problematic for him.
Oh my!
Look at that.
That was almost 8-10. The 10 Ks in late. That's how you win. That's how you win tournaments.
Wow.
You know, when it's your time, and you get those kind of breaks.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
But right now, Paul is just absolute 100% focused, and in his mindset right now is just to throw strikes, nothing else, because he feels that if he throws strikes, doesn't matter what the other players do, he's going to win. I think the question you might want to ask yourself now is: are the other 3 players feeling any pressure because of what Paul Varela's doing?
That's a good point.
Right now he's thrown an 8-bagger.
After finishing out or figuring out that left lane, you're right, 8 in a row. And Vang has just lost it. This is 4th consecutive 7 count. Oh, Lewis, good spare, buddy. Keeps his clean streak going. 13 frames now. He's having fun still. He's smiling. Wife gives him a little bit of a smile and a high five.
He's bowling on house money. He's loose. And a nice conversion. You know, you talked about at the top of the show, Gary, the diversity with the players that are here bowling the ABT. And we're seeing 4 completely different players and 4 different skill levels.
Yeah, and that's why I'm urging you, if you haven't been out to bowl this tournament, get involved. It's a fun time in Vegas. Great people. I've met people this week. This will be my first ABT National. That a couple of the guys, and you know them real well, they were telling me, we like to bowl good, but really for us, it's we get to see our friends from around the country.
Yep.
And we're in Vegas, and we go have a nice dinner together, and we, just have some fun. And if they bowl good, great. And if they don't bowl good, they're fine with that too.
Yeah. And right now, Veronica Boone can ill afford an open frame, misses a single pin spare.
Oh, good shot by Lewis.
Lewis back to his striking ways. Now, watch this solid game by 50-year-old Paul Varela on lane 51, the left lane. Watch this. This is smoother than a gravy sandwich. Cruel sport sometimes, Gary. That was a much better shot than he threw on the right lane, but he strikes on the right lane, leaves a ringing 10 on the left. The other 3 players now can have a little breathing room because Paul's streak ends at 3 in a row.
Hey, Randy, before this gets on a little bit, we touched, Paul and I were touching a little bit earlier about the auction that we're doing to raise money and awareness for breast cancer awareness. It's October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Storm Bowling has made 31 very special bowling balls that have new technology in them, and people can go to the Storm Bowling Facebook page and bid daily on one of these special balls, and portion of those proceeds are going to Breast Cancer Awareness Foundation. So,
well, that's a great cause, and obviously a great gesture on Storm's part. That's why we're known as the Bowlers Company. I know the Chrismans are heavily involved in
anything related to giving.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're just the coolest people.
Yeah.
And if people, fans at home, they want to keep up with you socially and all your travels and follow along with what you're doing, what's your social media?
Well, I
find you at Randy Pedersen fan page? Or?
I actually have a Randy Pedersen fan page. Yeah. I also have a Randy Pedersen Facebook page, and then I have a Twitter account that's at Stone8RP.
Oh. You know, that was a painful experience to watch that.
Yeah.
And I was just watching on TV along with a lot of people. I wasn't in your shoes. I can't imagine what that felt like.
Well, thanks, Gary. I recently got out of therapy over that.
Yeah, and, I'm glad I could bring that up again.
All right. We are just about halfway through Game 2. I'm trying to do some math here. Lewis Boone's 20-pin lead over Paul Varela is all but gone. Let me see if I can do the math real quick. His lead is gone. Paul Varela right now is your leader He is your leader through 5 frames. And his lead just got bigger. Can Paul Varela bring this home? So remember, after game 1, Paul Varela was only trailing by 20 after all the handicaps were factored in. Paul Varela shot 216. Lewis Boone shot 226.
And was that factored, the handicap, for both games or just the first game there?
The handicap that's up on the scoreboard is actually the differential using Paul Varela as 0.
But was it for game 1 and then again for game 2?
Absolutely. It's for both games. It's not total. It's
Okay.
30 pins for Paul Varela per game.
So you're on top of it. Oh, look at Veronica. She thought that was going high, but that was the tight lane, so it just kind of hung out there.
Veronica is in the 190s with her handicap, though. That she's a player that's getting the most handicap. Paul Varela spotting her 34. The difference between those two was 19 after game 1. Paul Varela still has the lead. Big shot right here. Yep, looked like he kind of grabbed it at the bottom a little bit, and that left lane will make you do that. That little demon.
Trying to get it to hit.
That little demon back the way in the depths of your cranium is yelling at you while you're trying to let go of the ball. Make sure you don't miss this at the bottom.
So what do you do?
You grab it.
Awful. Yeah. Well, good spare.
So the standings after the first game, if you were to use Paul Varela at 0 handicap, the scores would then be, did I factor this wrong? Lewis Boone, 246. Vang Mua, 220. Let's see. I think that's incorrect. This is the sheet that the gentleman from the ABT gave me, and he has
We need a scoring.
Lewis. Right, he has Lewis at 246. I had him at 266. That is correct. So it's actually a 30-pin differential.
Veronica looking for a big double. This is a lane that's given her a little bit of trouble. Oh, that's high.
This number's wrong. Hey, this number is wrong.
That is a big break for Veronica.
Gary, this number was wrong. It's 236 if you're playing off of Paul Varela's 0 handicap for Lewis Boone.
We're trying to do the math for you, folks. We got one of the statisticians came over and handed Randy some scores, and they match up a little different than what we had, huh?
Starting to get interesting now. Yeah. Well, it was just a 10-pin error for Lewis Boone, but it's
okay.
I've got it
We
corrected
figured
now.
out. Okay. Lewis followed up his only open of this championship round with a double. That's solid. Oh, good shot.
How about it? Great shot by Paul Varela on the right lane. Paul Varela is at 219. With his 30, gives him 249. Veronica Boone right now is at 207. With her handicap, that gives her 271. Uh-oh.
Oh, she's
All right.
played that tight lane
210.
perfect.
Let's see now. I'm trying to do the math, Gary. You keep talking. Because I think Veronica Boone may have just taken the lead.
Speaking of taking the lead, you'll be happy to know that I'm only losing my fantasy football match. I just got an update on my phone by half. I'm getting pummeled again. Last week, my 6-year-old beat me.
Perfect.
Barrett smashed me in fantasy football. He has his own team, you know. Vang, I think, just did himself a disservice with that shot. I think he might be running out of wood.
There was only a 23-pin differential between 19-pin difference between Veronica and Paul Varela after game 1.
Oh, it's high.
High flush.
What?
Could be the biggest shot of the tournament for Paul Varela right there. What is Veronica going to do? It is right there in front of her. She throws another strike here. She's going to be in the 220s getting 64 pins. Paul Varela in the 220s. With his handicap, he would be in the 250s. Veronica's in the right now, 210 with her handicap. She's in the 280s. Folks, Veronica Boone is your leader.
Oh, Lewis. Brilliant shots.
It's 24. Lewis back to 2-0.
Oh, that was brilliant.
And with that shot, Lewis Boone
is trying to take the championship from his wife.
I think he just passed her.
Oh. Ah, good shot, Bang. Getting Mike Fagan. Not Mike Fagan that bowls for Storm, that's recently enrolled at UC Berkeley for some.
I thought he was going to USC.
No, he's going to Berkeley.
Boy, Veronica. I'm sorry, go ahead. No, finish your story.
Tournament director Mike Fagan is
Yeah.
going to come and chat with you about this scoring.
I just need
Get us clear.
I need a little help with an update.
And while Randy gets that update, Veronica has to cover the 3-pin. And it almost hooked by it.
All right, so Veronica's she's at 216 right now with the differential in averages, in handicap. I'm going to do it my way. So 64 pins, she's at 280. Boy, this is anybody's ball game. It's come down to a 3-person horse race with Paul Varela, Lewis Boone, and Veronica Boone.
Big shot for Paul. He's loved this right lane, too.
He's loved this right lane. He's got to finish this tournament on the left lane.
Yeah. Posted another shot.
Yeah, just a pinch. Just a pinch soft.
Good spare, Lewis. Folks, at the conclusion of this 10th frame and a winner is being determined, Randy is going to be presenting them, I think, with some money and perhaps talking to them about their experience. Is that right, Randy?
Absolutely. Right now I'm trying to do the math.
Right now we're still trying to figure out who's going to win this bad boy. Okay, it's $30,000. We know that much, right? 30 for first, 10 for second.
Oh, my.
Oh! What? Bang with the ball change.
And it's going to be a fourth place finish, I do believe, for Vang Mua, but a great week nonetheless. $2,500, or yes, $2,500.
That's a great week.
Big shot here.
Oh, hook a little.
Oh my!
For real. She's got some people cheering for her in the back.
All right, one more strike. Veronica Boone will shoot 226. With her handicap, it will be 290. Got it wide. Gets 7.
Pins.
It's 223. She finishes with a beautiful 287 with handicap, and her 2-game total is 514.
And you're confident with this math you're doing over
Yeah,
there?
I'm real confident with this math. I used to keep score when I was a kid to earn my practice money. All right, Vang Mua shoots 176 with his handicap. It's
34.
It's 210 for a grand total of 460.
Oh, he almost rolled the 3 forward.
All right, Lewis Boone right now with a spare will shoot. He'll be in the low 200s.
And can Paul get there with a double? Can Paul win this thing?
Paul Varela is shooting 220. If he strikes out, he shoots 230. With his handicap, that gets him to 260. His 2-game total would be 506. He can't get there. According to my math.
I don't think he knows.
Oh, wait a minute. I've got the score wrong. No, I don't. 220,
I think
230.
he could bowl 248.
He could shoot 238.
Not 248?
238.
Okay.
With his pins, gets him to 268. And his first game score, he strikes out, he ties. He needs 2 to tie. Needs one more, and he will shoot 514, I do believe. 268 and 246 is 514. I got Veronica at 514.
Lewis, a good bowling, Lewis.
Lewis shoots 199.
Lewis had one open in those two games. That's brilliant.
With his 40, that's 233. That gets him to 499. Lewis is going to finish third.
So you're saying Paul doesn't strike. Veronica's the winner. He needs all these.
He needs all 10 to tie.
Wow. How's that?
Double check my math again, but I think that's right. It's over. Veronica Boone is your winner. 235 and 30 is 265. His first game was 246. That gives him 511. Veronica Boone's your champion.
Yeah, she's getting congratulations. By the way, I'd like to point out that I was the one that picked her. Thank you very much.
Nice pick.
Thanks.
Hey, I'll see you.
This is the first bet I've won since I've been to Vegas.
I'll see you down in the casino later. Wow, what a finish. How about it? Congratulations goes to Veronica Boone, your 2015 ABT Fall National Champion.
That's amazing.
You know what? I'm going to gear up and go have a winner interview.
Yes, sounds good. While Randy's doing that, apparently we got some math problems. I thought they just announced Lewis Boone as our champion. Although Veronica was getting all the hugs.
I'm sorry. The math is completely off for me. And looking at the handicaps, I don't see how that's possible.
Yeah. We'll leave that up to the professional tournament organization there. This is some good bowling. Paul, good bowling. Good job.
Nice bowling, Paul. That was a great run.
Beautiful. Well, we got some happy people. All 4 finalists have done an amazing job to get to this point, get to this top 4. There's about 500 or so people bowling, I think. So, quite an accomplishment. Randy's going to go down and see if he can grab some player interviews with some of the folks that just finished up. We're going to queue up a commercial prior to Randy's interview with our players.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and at Storm, that means it's time to paint the lanes pink. And we have got a one-of-a-kind, fantastic promotion occurring all month long. It has something to do with this little ball right here.
Gary, as you know, there's only 31 of these very special bowling balls that we're making.
Yeah, we've never done this before.
It's brand new in many ways, really. Now, if I want to get my hands on one of these, what do I need to do?
Well, it's super easy. You need to go to the Storm Facebook page. That's the first thing you need to do. We're going to auction off one of these Paint the Lanes Pink bowling balls every day in the month of October. The auction starts at 2 p.m. and then it ends at noon the following day. And of course, that's center of the universe time, which is Utah time, which is Mountain Standard Time.
That's right. And you know what else is unique about this is, you know, we mentioned we've never done an auction like this before.
Right.
For a great cause. But we've never introduced a bowling ball to the marketplace where we haven't told you about the core and the cover stock, right?
Yeah, so one of the things that's pretty unique, we're not telling you what the cover is or the core is. So one thing we're going to do is we're going to roll this ball for you.
Gary, we can tell you that as far as for what we used, you're going to see a performance out of this ball that rivals some of your famous and favorite high-performance Storm equipment of the past.
Yeah.
So you're going to see a real nice, strong motion off the break point and kind of that patented Storm back-end reaction.
And you use a term, you said, one of your favorite balls from the past, but in reality, this is new technology.
That's right.
Right? A new weight block design.
Yeah, this is a new weight block shape that we've never released to the public before. It's brand new.
Right.
Yeah.
And the cover?
And the cover as well. We're not telling you about that, but it's high performance in every way.
Thanks for watching our video. Please support this campaign. It's for a really important cause. Remember in the month of October to go out and paint the lanes pink.
And remember to always bowl up a storm.
And welcome back, everybody, to the beautiful South Point Bowling Plaza. I'm standing around a bunch of money. That's what I'm standing around. Our 4 finalists, and we're going to talk with each one of our players. And Vang, I'm going to start with you. What was this experience like for you today?
Well, it's good. I mean, I bowled 5 squad. I didn't make it, and my 6th squad, I kind of a little bit up there, but it's a tough oil pattern. You know, I haven't bowled on before, but, you know, I did my best and, you know, take 4th place. And I'm happy, you know, congratulations to the, you know, 1st place. Yeah.
Hey, congratulations to you and great bowling. Paul Varela, you know, you and I have been friends for probably 35 years or so, and we used to compete against each other on the PBA tour, and man, it came down to the wire. Our scores were a little off because of some of the numbers we were given, but you know, I had you having to strike out in the 10th frame to tie Veronica, but that would have been only good for 2nd place. But what a finish. And take us back, and it really started with the end of game 1 and that late 5-bagger. Take us through that.
Oh, trying to hit in lane 51. 51 was giving me a little bit of problems, just couldn't get it to carry. Made minor adjustments, just try to keep the same game plan, let the ball roll, and sure enough, gave me a chance.
Well, you did great, and congratulations on a great finish, 3rd place, Paul. Great to have you back, and great to see you bowling well again. Veronica, step in here. So now all of the money goes to the Boone family, and I asked you when we were on break. I said, "Are you going to chop the money right down the middle, or does he get to keep all $30,000?" And what was it you told me?
I'm the financier.
So I guess that means you're going to keep all the money.
Right.
Hey, great bowling. How was that? How was that experience for you?
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just.
Well, you made it. You made it look like you knew what you were doing, and you finished 2nd here at the Fall Nationals. This is pretty good stuff.
Luck, I guess.
Just lucky.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, congratulations on a 2nd place finish. And now, our champion. Once we got everything straightened out, Luis Boone.
Yeah.
Boy, you've been a member of the ABT organization for a lot of years. This your biggest win?
Yes, the biggest win, and finally I got here. Finally, I've been trying, and then finally I made it.
Now, you know, we were totally confused as to who was going to win. Did you know?
No, I don't know, because all I want to do is just bowling, just trying to concentrate my bowling and make sure that I can get some more strikes, so I can, you know, stay there. That make sure, you know, I can win.
Who was it that told you were the winner? Because it sure wasn't me.
No.
Or Gary.
My wife told me about that, and then Memo told me about Rosales. He told me about that. I said, "You already win." I said, "Oh yeah, I didn't know that." I said, "Oh, okay, what? You already win?" I said, "Oh, okay, thank you."
Luis, great bowling. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your 2015 ABT Fall National Champion. How about a great round of applause for all of our finalists? That's all for now, folks. Thank you so much for joining us on Storm Live. And on behalf of the ABT, Gary Holzenberg and myself, remember to always bowl up a storm. Thank you all for joining us.